That's a real class. But great. I think this Manly team, this Manly squad's probably their greatest win. They were under the pump for 80 minutes, like nearly all of the game. Dogs had the upper hand, but they just found a way to win. Now I'm joined by Fletch Hindy and our guest tonight, Victor Radley. Tell you what, that was, boys, some sort of win for Manly.
Yeah, outstanding win. It was a little bit different to what we were kind of expecting in here. We thought the big forward pack of Manly would get over them early, but it was quite the opposite. I thought that the Dogs forward pack were very good early, and it was just the brilliance of probably of, I suppose, Cherry-Evans in there that got him across the line in the end.
Well, Victor, decent game.
Yeah.
Well, mate, you blokes,
Saturday.
Manly, Saturday night at Allianz.
Great game of footy. It was a tough game. I thought Bulldogs have started hard, so hopefully knock the bodies
take a bit of gas out of them. Yeah.
We'll see how we go.
Well, there's the highlights. Now, mate, the Dogs, they came out fine. One thing about finals football, one of the most important things is you've got to be up emotionally. You've got to get off to a good start. If you're not up emotionally, you get left in the barriers, and the Dogs were certainly that. Geez, old physical early Fletch.
Yeah, well, Cameron Serraldo last week, after their defence the last couple of weeks has been pretty ordinary, he came out and said, look, a new competition starts, and that's exactly, they were playing like they were earlier on in the year when they were defending as one. I still can't believe Manly have won. Like, I'm just thinking, you think about all the good ball that the Dogs had, their defence, they were just rushing off the line. But full credit to Manly, they just hung in there. Tommy obviously is busted.
It came good though, the back end.
Yeah, the back end was terrific at the back end.
Still seems a little bit ginger, but huge win for the Manly.
Yeah, unbelievable. Yeah, you know, look, that's the sort of win that gives you a lot of momentum when everything. It appears like you're up against. I mean, the whole stadium were behind the Bulldogs.
Well,
yeah. You know, Bulldogs have been I think the story of the season, but they just found a way to win Manly. And here we see Tom, and you're spot on, Hindy. In the first half, like Tom was clearly nowhere near 100% fit, but when they needed him that last 15, 20 minutes, he was terrific.
He's taken one out plays, first half he just didn't seem himself, and he's obviously, we all know that he's playing a bit busted, but he was well below his best in that first half, but just the second half he just seemed to have, shaken that off and got behind it and went, bugger it, we need to win this game, and I'm just going to have to grip my teeth and get stuck into it.
There's Matty Burton going for those 2-point field goals.
Close.
A little bit for the train spotters. For all the young people out there who don't remember this, is that when Kohler scored the try with one boot back in the day, that would not have been awarded a try. You had to have your whole uniform on.
Yeah.
So
when we say back in the day, how long are we going back?
I think the rule changed around the early 80s.
Because Chicka Ferguson, he scored
in 89
with one boot.
That was that. Remember, if you ripped a boot off and you threw it, that was considered a penalty. Jimmy Maloney was the king. Doing that.
That was into the grandstands, though, wasn't it? Like, you couldn't find the boot.
There's Matty Burton there.
I'll tell you, Manly's bench were outstanding.
They were outstanding. I tell you what, Fletch, we just have to say too before we move on to DCE, the Dogs should be proud of themselves. They have had a fantastic season. The improvement rate has been pretty remarkable. Great job by Cameron Serraldo. DCE, when we spoke about Tom Trbojevic stepping up when they needed him, DCE, he was exactly the same.
Yeah. I think he got fired up after the bit of the stink with Curran and the judo. The judo move. Very unusual for DCE to do.
That's why judo, you say pseudo judo.
Took the bigger man down quite easily, didn't he?
Yeah, he was up and about. But he needs his foil. He needs Tommy at the back. I feel that when they're both playing together, they sort of take the heat off each other.
Yeah.
Into the try off the scrum, isn't it?
That was a beauty.
They were pumped there after that.
We don't see enough scrum plays. Like, it's my bug. I got plenty of bugbears, people, don't worry, in life and football. But when teams get attacking scrums and they just put the back rower there and just mosey up and take it.
Tim Sheens was a big fan of attacking
loved
scrum plays.
Loved it. Yeah. The Dogs, as I said before, they were really up for it emotionally at the start of this game. Their physicality early was outstanding, and the crowd was right behind it. Some of this stuff got pretty testy. It was, in a lot of ways, it was a traditional finals game, wasn't it?
But you're right, matey. They had all the running of it with the crowd as well. 60,000. The defence. I just thought it was that hit there.
That was early, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Skeleton. He got junior with that at the start of the year. Almost killed him.
Mate, he saw a tub coming too.
But the kind of, when you put all your... I'm not going to say they put all their eggs into that one basket of just defending early in that game, but they were very good. They were very good early, the Dogs, but that can sometimes gas you as well. To concentrate so much on keeping Manly down in their own 40, I think they kind of gassed him towards the back end of that second half.
Yeah.
And you could see with some of the mistakes, like Moran, that mistake from Moran.
Yes.
Who else was it? Cherry's, that mistake from him as well on player one. So those little things.
Little errors
in the game. Yeah.
That one we just saw there, giving that penalty away there. All those things sort of caught up with them at the end there. I tell you, I thought Crichton was fantastic. And you said before, a lot of those blokes in the side, that's their first finals series, first finals game. Not a lot of experience at finals, and he really showed the way. I mean, he's played at a mile of them. He led the way with his physicality. They just, at the end of the day, couldn't quite get there. We said before, Tom Trbojevic, let's look at his highlights. And, you know, there's two stories here. The first 60 minutes, Tom really struggling. The first half, struggling deluxe. You're wondering if he's going to get through the game.
Yeah, the try that Crichton scored, he was grabbing his arm. I thought, I think maybe he would have got a needle at half-time, and that's why his back end was better. So it's the AC, John. I know, Victor, you've got a bit of an injury as well. You've done that. Yours not the AC?
Mine's not the AC, but ACs are torture.
And
you must have got that needle.
You can needle that, yeah.
So we juice it right up.
So another week off.
When you say juice, we're talking about not anabolic steroids.
So back in the 1980s.
Fun fact. Yeah, but he'll be. He got through the game, Tom. He got away. We've got a lot of confidence out of that last 20 minutes. But again, don't want to repeat ourselves. But that was for this playing group, for this squad. That was, I think, their greatest win.
And you could see it when the full-time siren went. How much they needed that one and how much they enjoyed it. But just for coming from behind, when you weren't the better team for the majority of the game, to come out and win, you guts it out. They're the games you want to be involved in. They're the ones you enjoy. They're the ones that give you that boost going into the following week.
Manly fans are renowned for not really travelling, going across the bridge, but I reckon there'll be plenty going to Allianz Stadium next Saturday night on the back of that performance.
I believe it when I see it. I'm joking, Manly fans.
Any Manly fans
to Accor Stadium pretty soon, once we're going to try to speak to Daly Cherry-Evans. But on the show tonight, we've got the Kia finals performer, the Mongrel Boots big hit of the week, the Telfast Week 2 Finals preview. Geez, I tell you, the sponsors are jumping on board. We're flying. Telfast Week 2 Finals preview. Hit me with your best shot, brought to you by Red Rooster. And the Manshake's greatest final choice. Now, we've got Daly Cherry-Evans in about 30 seconds, but quickly, Victor, how's the injury going?
Yeah, it's healing well. I'm a good healer, so got to see the specialist tomorrow, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, nice. Okay, ready to go. Thanks, Victor. Good job. All right, let's go back to Accor Stadium, talk to the Manly skipper, Daly Cherry-Evans. Daly, Matty Johns here, mate. Congratulations. That was some sort of win, incredible win.
Thanks, Matty. It's an absolute pleasure to be back in the finals, and our first time back here in a few years didn't disappoint us. Bulldogs were awesome tonight, and we had to scrap and claw for a win, and we got the job done, so I'm really proud of the boys.
Hey, Chaz, it's Fletch. Mate, the game sort of turned when you got involved with that judo throw. What was the inspiration for that?
I don't know. I got no idea. I don't know. If that was the turning point, then we're in trouble.
You got in the Josh, you can't. No, DC, it's Heine, mate. Congratulations on an outstanding win, bud. But you try off the scrum. You look like you really got a good lift out of that. You're all pumped after that. Was that planned? Was that a planned move at training?
Yeah, it was Heine. It was a planned move, which was great, but we didn't get it right once during the week. So it was sort of more surprised that we got the job done.
Hey, Daly, a couple of your teammates. Firstly, Tommy Trbojevic, clearly injured, but that last 20 minutes really stood up. And your halves partner, Luke Brooks, in his first finals game, I thought he was terrific, Brooksy.
Yeah, it was great to have Tom back in the side. Obviously, huge part of our team, and he did great. He did great to get back so quickly and play so well. And Brooksy, you wouldn't have known he hasn't played finals footy before, but he didn't look rattled all week. He didn't look nervous all week. I'm sure he would have been inside, but for him to come out and play well tonight's a huge lift for him, and it'll only do him the world of good for next week.
Yeah, good on you, Daly. Go and enjoy it, mate. Great win.